47 unity schools in the country, while Katsina, Kwara, Taraba, Niger, and Kebbi have equally closed down their schools, citing insecurity as reason for their abrupt action. And this, many have said, has given the tourists a psychological moral victory over the states. Well, listeners, the discussion today is centers around insecurity and the attitude of government towards curbing this menace. Joining me live for this insightful discussion is Dr. Umar Abdulhamid Tambarin Kagara, Special Advisor to Colonel Governor on Diaspora. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, let's begin the discussion properly. Bandits are on rampage, and government at different levels are busy closing down schools. What picture is this sending to the Nigerian masses and the rest of the world?
In the name of God the Most High, I do believe in the righteousness of Adam, true to Noah, Noah to Abraham, Abraham to Isa, Jesus, the Maryama to Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Apaya, before I talk about the closure of the school, let me commiserate with government and good people of Niger State over what happened at Papiri in Agwara local government. I also want to commiserate with both the Muslims and the Christians. For those who do not know, in that school, it's a missionary school, but some Muslims are also attending their schools there. We also want to pray for the rescue of the innocent citizens, because these children are innocent. They don't even know anything. So you are pounding on the innocent. Do you think God will never forgive these people? We also want to pray against the reoccurrence of this ugly act. Now, you see, closure of school has a lot of effect, has a lot of negative impact, because our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the first instruction given to him by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was Iqra. That has gone to show that quest for knowledge is a duty incumbent on all Muslims, men and women, including the Christians too, because nobody is left out on the top when we talk about education. And for us to understand the quantum and the effect of what we're going to discuss, it is good for people to know what is education. Education is that process of developing an individual physically, socially, morally, mentally, to become useful to himself and to the society he belongs. So if there is any breakage in the process, that means something is wrong somewhere, and that is what is happening today. When Boko Haram came, initially they were fighting against Western education. This thing continued until the bandits set in. Whether Boko or no Boko, they don't look back. They only go, pack people, innocent citizens, and then run into the system. So you can now see that the aspect of education is being handled basically by two components. One, the home, and the school. So now, when the schools are closed, it is only the home that is left with the responsibility. That is to tell you, it will never be perfect. As long as the two do not cooperate, do not collaborate, the education of a child, believe me, has a lacuna, has a problem somewhere. So closure of this school has a terrible impact, because all these measures the government is taking is temporary. They are temporary measures. Unless and until we have permanent measure, we are only deceiving ourselves. And government knows this. Past leaders have also said, where you see insecurity for 24 hours or banditry for 24 hours, that means government has hand. That was one of the leaders. That was what Abacha said, of blessed memory. He never believed that there could be a situation of insecurity holding the country at ransom for 24 hours. No, there must be something wrong within the system. So the closure is temporary, because the question is, for how long are we closing the schools? And who is to blame? And what next? Because closure of the school, I don't think, is the final solution. This is just an interim measure. So government has to sit down and come up with a lasting solution. And lasting solution can never be met unless government sit up. Our schools are porous. Let me give you an example. The Science College Kagara, 1987, I was a vice principal in that college. I knew how secure it was. But today, the school is porous. Since the bandit attack of Government Science College Kagara, the school has been reduced to a mere military camp. And I don't think government has done anything since then. Many of our schools are porous. As long as the schools are not secure, believe me, people will never have rest of mind. Lack of enough security. How many of our schools have security guards? Most of our security guards, maybe at worst they have a knife, ko adda, ko gatari, whereas these people are attacking with weapons of mass destruction. So we really need to sit down. We really need to take care of our school. We have to get, there are several hideouts in the state, like in Niger State. We have the Kamuku Forest Extension towards Binungwari down to Shororo area. We also have another one around Mashegu. I don't know what all these hideouts are meant for. Left with me, I will even advocate, let them burn them down completely. All the forest, let's burn them down. Because taking one human being, killing him is more grievous than burning all the forest. So, in my own opinion, there are hideouts in Niger State, in Nigeria, that we don't need to. There are the issue of informants. Government has to sit down. There are saboteurs within the system, within the military. Apaya, does it not sound funny to see a brigadier general who is commanding a troop from behind has been brought forward and has been killed? Look, there are a lot of saboteurs within the military, within the government, within the community. So all these saboteurs, government has to sit down and get rid of them. Issue of corruption has gone into our marrow. Monies that are being budgeted for security purposes are being diverted for family comforts. Some of them are even put in soccer way. For God's sake. If this money is appropriated, it's meant for security purposes, why don't you handle security issues with them? Instead of diverting the money and making them use. We have poor representation, Apaya. We need to tell ourselves the truth. Most of our representatives start from the president, from the governors, some of them, members House of Assembly, National Assembly. Some of them are only there making money. They are not representing us at all. They pick more interest in people gathering in front of their houses, giving them two mudus of rice. That is not presentation. If you want to represent us, bring formidable laws, bring rules and regulations that will guide lives and properties. As long as lives and properties of the citizenry are not protected, there is no government. So on that note, I want to advise that when we come to pick our representative, we should elect them, not to select them. By the time you do selection, it's no longer democracy. It's autocracy. You're going to say, you go there, you go there, you go there, you live there. No, in democracy, it's not done that way. Allow everybody to try his luck. Let him try his popularity, because his people know who he is. So believe me, we have poor representation in our democratic setting. Poverty and discontentment. So, and Apaya, you see the danger of this. Let me now come to your question. The danger of closing the schools, scavengers, Ngongweni, everywhere in Mina, everywhere in Kaduna, everywhere in Kano. Do you know that even this morning, when I was coming from the mosque, I saw over 100 of all these young boys with leather bag, looking what? They are scavengers. So as long as there is no school, the home can no longer control 100%. So all these scavengers is a bad business, because they will grow up to be stealing, to be cutting people's barbed wire, to be carrying our pipes. All these things are not in good help of this country and our society. Apart from that, Apaya, you see illegal mining everywhere in Niger State. So if they are closed from school and the parents can no longer control them, so the next thing is they will go into illegal mining, and that's where they learn all social vices, drinking, alcoholism, womanization, all this kind of phone snatching. That is where they learn all this from the bad people. Look, some of them will go to Gidan Solo. Do you know in Mina we have Gidan Solo? Gidan Solo here where you go and meet young boys and girls doing nothing but dancing. Dancing. What do they dance? They are dancing nonsense. And you see all these young boys Gidan Dembe. What for? What they need now is education 100% for them to be good leaders of tomorrow. Apaya, if you flash back, you will see the lack of Sadona Sokoto, the lack of Sabaka Tafabale, the lack of Nandi Azukwe, the lack of Awolo. They were within their 30s when they led this country. 30 years. We had a governor who was below 30 years, a military governor, and he did well. So, but that can only be possible if they are well guided, if they are well given the education they require. Otherwise, they will become miscreants, they will become nuisance in the society. Lack of school, when you close, bad peer group. This is when they get new friends. Since they have a lot of time, nobody takes charge. The next thing is, maybe some parents are even civil servants. When you leave the children at home, do you know that even some Islamia schools have closed? Even some Islamia in Niger State, they have closed. I don't know whether government hasn't closed or on their own they closed.
Yes, there is some other Islamia schools and
they should close.
Missionary
so
schools.
Completely we have educational blackout. That's what it means. Both in Niger State and some state. An educational blackout will breed a lot of negative effects on the society, on the children themselves, and even on the leadership. So, bad peer group, Togri, snatching of phone today is a business in Niger State, in Mina. Any little hideout, you will see the youth hanging around, snatching phones from the hands of the young men, young women, whoever is a passerby. So closing that school, believe me, is only a temporary measure. It is only postponing our problems. Yes, postponement of the problems. Because after the closure, I say, what next? Unless and until government sit down. And do you know what signal it is? The signal is those people who are in the bandits, the Boko Haram, what they want to do is to make society ungovernable. And they have succeeded. They have succeeded because if you are closing school, social services, the next thing is to announce no civil service, let us close because of what? Now, that has gone to show that government is gradually failing. Our leaders are becoming leaderless because they are not leading well. They are not leading well because they do not have foresight. As long as the lives and the properties of the citizenry cannot be protected, cannot be secured, Apaya, there is no government. So we have to be careful. We must get leaders to leaders. And one mistake people are making, not all politicians are leaders. Not all of them are leaders. Some are only politicking. Some of them are doing politics with the lives and properties of the people. How do you bring politics into children like the St. Mary's? Children like, it is terribly bad. So we should stop politicking and politicization. You know, there are two things. There is politicking, there is politicization. All the two are playing a role in what is happening today. This is because life is prominent. Security is very important. Freedom. I mean, you can imagine, put yourself in the situation of these young children. And the worst part, these children are between 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. I understand only 2 of them are maybe above 12 years old. Every other of them, more than 300, are below the age of 10 years. Trekking in the bush. Only God knows how many of them will come back. We really need to pray. We really need to sit up. We really need to be responsible and responsive. We should have conscience. You understand? If the money being budgeted is for social services, but many people are reducing it into private pockets, it's not done anywhere. It's not done that way. In developed countries, this is not how they do it. Do you remember, Apaya, Nigeria, America, we were all colonies of the Britain. Look at America. Look at where they are today. But we are still lagging. We are still crawling. Why? Because we are mixing. You understand? It's a bad thing. We really need to sit up. Those who are in leadership, if you cannot do it, please relinquish and allow people who are ready. to do it.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, in calling for a relinquishment of position if they cannot do it, the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, have actually, described Nigeria as a disgraced country and a country of particular concern. In fact, he has actually threatened to invade the country to bring an end to the alleged Christian genocide, a claim many Nigerians have actually, the Nigerian government have vehemently tried to debunk. Now, a Christian school has been attacked,
Yes.
children kidnapped.
Yes.
Don't you think this recent barrage of attack is a kind of a justification to the US claim and the reason for them to forcefully come into the country and, of course, unceremoniously take over, do what they want to do with the attack of this school in Niger State that caused a closure?
Apaya, let me quickly remind you. In the St. Mary's, where I was a commissioner of education, I know that school. I have been there on a visit. There are Muslim students there. Muslim children are attending the school. In my place, Kagara, there is a missionary school in Kagara, and Muslim students attend, the children. So sometimes they reported when as a commissioner that why should a Christian school operate in Kagara and Muslim attend? I said they have their own curriculum and they are not begging you to attend. If you think you can attend, go for the knowledge. If you are doubting, take your child to a private or a public school. I told them I attended public school. So my thinking, Mr. President of America, Trump, cannot wake up unless and until somebody gossiped from Nigeria to tell him what is happening. So those people who run to him are fooling themselves. They are fooling themselves because we cannot afford to compromise our sovereignty as a nation. We have sovereignty. We are independent nation. America too was a colony, like I said. They got their independence before us. Yes, we were also independent. Apart from that, intervention can come from anywhere. There's no problem. We can sort intervention as long as peaceful coexistence is concerned. There's no problem. But again, it will not be based on religion. You know why? Because I believe we are more religious than United States of America. We are more religious than them. An average American man is more concerned with his economy. How do we multiply money? Do you know that the kingdom of Saudi Arabia is the best friend to America today?
Yes.
Yeah, because they are after business, they are after economy. It is we here who do not see beyond our noses. You are bringing the issue of religion, which is not correct. Look, we Nigerians, we are more religious, like I said, than US. Do you know that in US they build churches and they sell them? Yes, it's economy. Nobody, I don't think there has been any church in Nigeria that has been built and has been sold. It's not done. So we are taking these holy rooms for worship. These people are considering it for business. Do you know that we are more tolerant because church and mosque are being built on the same land? There's a village called Mekujeri in my local government. This is on a piece of land, 100 by 100. 50 by 50 is for the church, 50 by 50 for the mosque. In Mekujeri here. And they are operating. I know of a village in Niger State here where there are mosques and churches, and the mosque were built by a Christian for them, for the community. I know of a family in Niger State where 50% are Christians, 50% are Muslims. So I don't want anybody to deceive us, bringing in the issue of religion. Why? Because during Dr. Ma'azu Babangida Aliyu, if you remember, the government built church, the government built mosque. It is allowed. Because as a leader, you have to embrace all. But someone who will just sit on the fence, maybe the religion, you are not seeing it even behind your nose. Maybe if your father was not a Muslim, you wouldn't have been a Muslim, Apaya. Some of these Christians who are shouting, maybe their parents are pastors. If their parents were imams, they would have been Muslims. So they inherited religion. So I want them to look at it from that angle. So America, let them mind their business. Yes, we can collaborate, They can come in to assist in the area of security because we want to be secured. Now, insecurity does not respect particular religion. If you hear pow, whether they are coming from America, whatever they are bringing, how do they sort this is a Christian, don't kill him, this is a Muslim, leave him or kill him? It's nonsensical. Let's look at ourselves as a sovereign nation. We are one person, indivisible. Most of us are married from Christian homes. When you abuse Christians, I feel bad because I have some in-laws that are Christians. Some of them are even pastors. So, on that note, it is only those people who are myopic that will argue about religion or will argue about tribalism. You understand? Therefore, if America is coming, yes, we need support, even beyond America. If they are coming to support us in case of advanced technology, they are better off. Advanced training, they are better off. Let them give us grants to solidify our security. We need exchange program. There is high-tech surveillance.
Nobody is giving you grant.
We need support.
Nobody is supporting you.
Why?
Who is your friend? Is it not Macron?
Yes.
France, is it not member of NATO?
It is.
So what are you looking for?
So we should not accept support from America. Rather,
Not question of America. America is busybody now.
Busybody, I agree that.
America is busy. America is looking for war.
Which will never come, inshallah.
America is looking where to sell weapons. America is looking for where to take over oil.
They won't succeed here.
America is looking for lithium, rare earth minerals, which you have.
We have.
And which China is taking freely through
Nigeria.
illegal mining. America is coming to counter the influence of America is coming to counter the influence of China.
Of China.
in Nigeria.
And even the China you are having, you are not even managing your friendship with China. China have a better fighter jets today than the Rafale of France. Courtesy the war between Pakistan and India. So the whole issue is a failure of administration.
It is.
Nigerian public administration
Has failed completely.
The political leadership cannot see beyond FAC. Cannot see beyond sharing money.
That's the meaning.
The Senate, the House of Reps, majority of them is give us our own share.
That's all. I said it. That's all.
And a lot of elites in our society, when they go to governor, give me my own. I've told you here
Of course.
that a lot of elites, after retiring, they become executive beggars.
Exactly. You are right.
They have nothing business-wise to fall back to.
To fall back to. That's correct.
Bangea Makaba. So this issue of kidnapping of the children is not the school closure.
It's not.
The school closure is surrender. When you close the school,
that's the meaning.
You have surrendered.
You have surrendered.
When you close the school,
That means it's a failure.
You lack capacity to do your fundamental constitutional job,
To
which is
protect lives and properties. That's the meaning.
And therefore, it's not dancing on monogo. No. No.
At this point, Elisha Badeggi, I realize
No.
the definition of democracy has changed now.
No, because it's not even the definition of democracy that has changed. The value system,
Has broken down.
the value,
Understand?
the role,
Yes.
the status and rank,
Yes.
the status and
And
rank
I understand.
has collapsed.
Has collapsed.
Because why? Why? If it were before, if it were during Babangida,
Yes.
if it were during Abacha, if it were during Murtala, this morning the whole country will be taken over by armed forces. They will be mobilized. Alert. Stage 1, police.
Yes.
With their batons and their anti-riot shield. Stage 2, military. Stage 3, Air Force. Air Force aircrafts will be in the air. If it's
Surveillance.
then during Babangida and Co, that bush, this bandit,
Would have been-
they will release the children on their own for their own good.
I'm telling you.
But today, what do you have? They are thinking of 2027.
A political businessman.
Political businessmen.
That's the meaning. That's the meaning.
Contracts are awarded.
They are only after what they get and their families.
The contracts have been awarded to themselves.
Obviously.
There was a story of a governor that gave contract of billions to the brother of his wife.
Yes.
That one is trending now in the social media.
I saw it. I saw it.
So would they be thinking of protecting schools?
I wonder.
When they are thinking the money that will go into security is now going to go, is the money that will go to their pockets will go into the security?
And the children are all overseas. Their own children are overseas.
And then again, you have a president who is looking more of it as if it's a tribal business.
Yes.
He's not looking at it as a national issue. And when you promote your tribesman to a position that he cannot occupy, those that are using that place are all retired.
That's the meaning.
Well, I think we'll have to hold a break. Sorry
for me.
No, it's okay. We're discussing national issues.
Like I said, it's going to be a very, very insightful discussion. And at this point, a listener will have to take a little breather to bring you the news flash. When we come back, we have Dr. Danladi Umar Abdulhamid, who is doing justice. He will continue from where we start.
Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere.
FM.
Get the latest news in Nigeria and the world on Badeggi Radio. We give you the latest updates and keep you informed 10 a.m. every morning with News Flash. Keep up with what is happening on the globe with news at 12 noon and get more information with news at 5 p.m. Get all you need to know in one place.
News. Good morning and welcome to Badeggi Radio News Flash. Federal government has put the country's security apparatus on the highest level of alert in response to worsening insecurity and recent attacks in some parts of the country. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has assured Nigerians that exporting electricity to the West African sub-region will not affect domestic supply, saying the country currently has enough capacity to meet local demand. One of the leaders of Islamic State's West African province, ISWAP, being prosecuted by the Department of State Service for alleged terrorism, Husseini Ismaila has been convicted of offense of terrorism. That's the news. Thanks for listening.
Badeggi Radio.
Listeners, welcome back to a farewell program, the Badeggi Radio Link. And this morning we are looking at the insecurity situation that is ravaging the whole part of the country. And we have in the studio Dr. Danladi Umar Abdulhamid, who is actually, helping us to look at this issue very, very professionally. And I think it has been a very insightful discussion. Yes, let's continue from where we stopped. Dr. Yo, once again, welcome to this.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, we're talking about the United States of America.
Yes.
What we need in Nigeria, yes, we, like every other country, we need support. We need assistance. Nobody is self-sufficient, but we don't need war. So people who are looking at it from the war angle, they will fail because Americans are not mad. You understand? They are not after war. America only goes into war with economic benefits. Issue of religion. Nobody should bring it forward in Nigeria because in Nigeria we tolerate one another. Our president, himself is a Muslim, and his wife is a Christian. And pastor for that matter. So nobody will go and deceive us. So if America is coming to Nigeria on the grounds of religion, it's a deceit. They are lying.
Unfortunately,
religion is not a problem in Nigeria at all.
Unfortunately, I saw some Reverend Father going to U.S. Congress, a public hearing to give a testimony of the Christian genocide in Nigeria. But they must understand, like you've said, America is not coming to defend Christian.
Go and find out from that clergy who went there. Maybe he inherited religion. So if his father were an imam, he would have been a Muslim. Don't mind him. So those people who don't see beyond their nose, you understand? Look, do you know one thing about words of God? Both the Bible and the Quran, you do not interpret them verbatim. No, they have meanings. And you have to look inward. You have to learn. You cannot just say God has asked you to go into the world and multiply, and you think God asked you to go and continue to marry or continue to have children. No, God is talking about scriptures, separate scriptures. That's the meaning. So it's only people who understand the wordings of Allah, the wordings of God, that can interpret Quran and the Bible. So once again, Nigeria, we don't need war. What we want is peace. We need help. We need assistance from anywhere it's coming. We want to be one formidable country that will fight in accordance with other committee of nations. So help us God.
Amen.
Yes.
But one of the issue on the front burner that has been making the run across the media is the issue of close down of our schools. Here in Niger State, we are not left out. The closing down of our schools in Niger State, talking about public and private primary and secondary schools.
With even some Islamia schools.
Even Islamia and missionary schools.
And missionary schools.
Including some tertiary institutions in trouble areas. Talking about Zone C, part of the state, and even some part of Zone B,
yes,
that are having some tertiary institution in the trouble area. Now, this issue have come with a lot of mixed reaction and condemnation, because many think that there wasn't a very thoughtful security discussion engaging the security, professional security personnel. It was a stakeholder meeting, like the governor have actually said. So how will you describe the former governor's orders of closing down all private and public primary and secondary schools in the state in an attempt to de-escalate the issue of insecurity in the state?
Well, let me commiserate with Mr. Governor, Umar Muhammad Bago, the former governor, and also to say I am commiserating with him because it's going to be on record that while he was a governor, a school, St. Mary, has been attacked
and 350
taken away. It's going to reflect in his history.
Unabated.
Yes. So I commiserate with him. And at that point, I think he was confused because he never knew what to do next. So the next thing is to make sure the children are secured. But I think that is still a temporal decision. It's not permanent. Because the closure of school has to open. Because if the schools do not open, that means learning has stopped. And when learning stopped, the instruction of Allah has been abated. That's the meaning. Yes, it has been abused. It is God who say go and learn. Now you are saying there's no knowledge. Exactly. And it is the same God who said government should protect lives and properties of the citizenry. And the funniest part of it, Apaya, both Mr. Governor, Mr. President, Mr. Senator, when they go to do campaign, they will bring issue of insecurity. Now they came, nobody should complain. You knew there was insecurity before you vote. You asked for vote. You bought forms, 100 million.
So you mean learning and provision of security must go in a...
They must go hand in hand. They must go hand in hand. Because if you are not secure, even worship is not possible. In kapara sallah, yanzu ka ji papa ka ce assalamu alaikum kamin ka kai sura. Exactly. Zaka cilla da gudu. You understand? Because Hausawa suna karin magana cewa zama lafiya ya fi zama dan sarki. Sarkin ina ni dai ban ce ba. Therefore, the decision taken by Farmer Bago, I think he never had any decision to take more than that. Yes, because the federal government has taken a leeway. Federal government has closed. So the next thing is his own state too should close. Well, like I said, it's a big setback to Niger State on education. A big setback. There's going to be a wide gap. Schools are about closing, I think by 12th of next month, some are even writing their examination that has been shattered. So, meaning the curriculum has to change. The timing for the school calendar has to change. Why? Because government is not proactive. We need to be proactive. When Dr. Maazwa Bengida Ali was here as a governor, we were his team. There was the advent of Darussalam in Makwa area. The whole place was combed. If I tell you one thing, you won't believe it. Do you know we compiled the list of all those people? We had all their photographs. When Boko Haram started, most of the pictures were the same people. So if not, because Dr. Muazu Babangida Ali was proactive, Niger State would have been the headquarters of Boko Haram. Allah so okay. Therefore, our governor has to sit up. His lieutenant have to support him. We have to make sure we are responsible and responsive towards the callings, protection of the human rights. Because as long as government is not proactive, this will continue to happen. And when you close the school, they have won. That's what they're looking for. Otherwise, what are they taking these children for? For God's sake, over 300 young children of between the ages of 6 and 10. Why are you taking them? What they are now saying, close the schools. And the schools have closed. That's the meaning.
So they are the ones setting agenda for the government now.
That's the meaning. The meaning is they are now guiding government what to do. So government has to sit up and become government. Because government is gradually becoming governed. Yes. You know government? If government is governed, that means they have been misled. That means
governed by unknown actors.
The bandits now.
Unknown actors.
That's the meaning. Unknown actors who are not paid, who have taken the bull by the hair. Look, these people are heartless. So, government has to prove to us that democracy is a welcome idea. Governor has to develop intelligence gathering system. We need it in Niger State. Our poor schools must be secure. In Niger State, we must develop surveillance in the border communities because we share border with some states. Most of these attacks are coming from border states. Some of them coming from Kebbi State, some are coming from Katsina, some are coming even through Kwara. So we have to be very, very proactive. We must secure our schools, getting fences, I told you. Like the Kagara incident. Since it happened, no new fence has been erected. No new fence has been erected. So, who do you think will take his child there? So instead, the students, I think, were transferred from Kagara, I think, to Mina. How many of our parents can afford transportation from Kagara, from Madaka, bring your son to Mina? So government has to sit down and show that they are government. There is need for adequate security awareness. Above all, wallahi, we must be very prayerful. Adua. And that is what is happening. So at this point, I'm even calling on the electorate, the Nigerites and Nigerians, let us pray to have leaders or politicians that are leaders, not politicians that are politicking and politicizing our lives and properties. It's never done anywhere. We should have conscience. So prayer will help us. Even in the school, you know, I'm a teacher by training. When you beat a small child, he cannot say anything. You will see, he will raise his head at the ceiling and say, that means Allah is up. That's the meaning. So, we have to sit up. We, the electorate, we must elect and not agree to be selected. And the government has to sit up. And politicians who are not leaders, they should please vacate and bring leaders. Unless and until we have leaders and leadership in politics, democracy can never be democratized.
Well, thank you very much. There is one very important issue before we take it to the first, to the phone line for callers to make their own contribution. There's this issue that has been lingering for over a week now. There are some groups who have actually written a petition against the former governor to the United Kingdom, calling on the UK government to ban the government, giving a visa ban and some other penalties. And we're saying this thing because we love the governor. Yeah. We don't want a situation whereby after power or as a governor, you'll be very selective in where you go to woo investors.
Yeah.
How do you look at that banned calling, because because of your explanation, you talk about human rights violation.
Yeah.
So, and what the complaints there is that the governor has not been a respecter of court orders.
Yeah.
He has been violating, people. You have a candidate from your party, the NNPP, talking about Negenu,
Yes.
who has been arrested and has not been taken to court.
Yeah.
You understand? And we have Isa Mokwa,
Yes.
who actually speak true to power.
Yeah.
Issue of flooding in Mokwa,
Yeah.
who he happened to be a victim, speaking, and he's been arrested. Well, I wouldn't want to say even we talking to you here, the radio Badeggi, is not actually, safe from that violation.
Yes.
What did you make of this?
You see, the governor is a human being. He can make mistakes.
Yes.
He can never be perfect. Hausawa sun ce mutum tara yake, ni tambari ma bakwai ne, ban ma kai takwas ba. So I believe Bago is the same thing. The only thing Bago should do is to have large heart. Yes, if you are a leader and you cannot accept criticisms, you are not a leader. You have to listen out of the criticism. If they are constructive, pick them, use them, and achieve your success as a leader. But you cannot frown at all criticism. Why don't you sit around table and allay your differences? So I'm sure those people who must have written the petition could not reach him directly. Or they are doubtful, they are apprehensive, they have no confidence in the central government. That's why they could not petition to Mr. President. Because Bago has said President Babanshine. So maybe these people who wrote, I think, Yazam Ke Bago Rum Babanshi. Bago made it clear, Shine Ubanshi. We agree. Shine Babanshi. So Mutanen, they don't want to report Bago to his father, so they have decided to go up. Remember, our constitution allows for freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, they are expressing the views. It is now left for the British government or whichever government to look inward and confirm which is the true situation. If it is true, so be it. If it is not true, let it change. So, since there's freedom of speech, and I'm appealing to our governor, Bago, he's a young man. He's still growing up. And we're looking on to him, for future endeavors. So I am begging on him to develop a large heart, to develop a thick skin. You understand? We have seen leaders who were insulted in public and they will say Bakomi, and they will continue to succeed. Right? So I want advice that in governance, particularly democratic setting, criticism is part of the rules and regulations. Criticism is part of the ingredients for you to succeed. So I am appealing to him. Those people who have cases with him, he should not personalize it. Like the Negenu you are talking. When you see the Negenu, you wouldn't believe he is the one. And the boy is very, very popular. So instead of threatening him, why don't you woo him and get from his own given talents? There are certain things God has given even a madman, which you may not have. So the class of Mokwa is even making them more popular. Many people didn't know them. But because of this, and everybody is making a lot of noise, people are complaining because sentiments are setting in. So it's making them popular. Therefore, fundamental human rights is very, very important. All right? And nobody should encroach into my own. And I pray nobody encroach into your own too. So every democratic person who think he should have a box to be voted for, please, he should learn to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay, let's open the line so that we can have the good, the bad, and the ugly comments that might be coming in here. 09138579001 is number to call, and of course, make your comment. Please stick to 1 minute because of time. Hello.
Thank you, Usman Apaya.
Yes.
It's another Senator Obasanjo. Point of order first. Senator Issa should be removed. The Commissioner of Police, we all called. They said the case is in your hands. We, the students of IBBU University, are begging you. What is the offense of Senator Issa Makwa? And lastly, that you have said it all. A good country, the center has failed completely, so they don't know where to follow. Only the campees, they will give them 250 billion before you become CAPC. Now, the insecurity, What is the architecture? What is the real thinking of the government at the center? They have failed, making the masses homeless, making the masses every day. Is it from the house rent, from your food, from the school fees, from whatever you are in this country? We are not safe. They only galvanize, be telling people about the Christian and the Muslim are having it. No, we are one and we are suffering, all of us. If you agree for what Daddy is saying inside the studio, then you come to agree for what is happening.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Obasanjo. Thank you. Because of time, 1 minute is going to.
It's really painful.
Yes, very painful.
It's really painful. Yeah.
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Usman Apoya.
Good morning, Mr. Bute from Emma Ushishi.
This is Mr. Bute, who I salute my Oga.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bute.
Dankano.
Dan TV. Look on the rare.
My brother, Usman Apoya.
Yes.
Insecurity in the north, painfully, and other parts of the country. Now, 5 states, Katsina, Kwara, Plateau, Niger, and even, did I mention Katsina?
Katsina and Kebbi.
Yes, Kebbi, yes. They have closed down their school.
Bauchi has closed too. Bauchi.
You see, making 6. You see how the thing is widespreading. My question is this war an external aggression or internal crisis? And if it is internal crisis, then I will blame the federal government. I don't want to say they are paying lip service. No, because soldiers are dying, police are being killed. So it's not lip service, but they didn't execute this war the way they should have done. Take a cue from this late President Umar. What did he do to the Niger Delta region? People always insult me sometimes when I make this point, because to me there is no price that is too big to pay for peace.
That's true. That's true.
And aside,
that's true.
I always said dialogue should not be taken out of the table of negotiation.
That's true.
I am not saying they should negotiate with bandits. No, I am saying dialogue with who that have concerned.
Very important. That's correct.
And then if you are dialoguing the federal government, my question is, can't you be sincere in the dialogue? We have 3 geopolitical regions
in the north. Yeah.
Northeast, northwest.
And north central.
You can equally pick at least two traditional rulers each from this region. And you can even add it with the chief of staff to the president and even the national security advisors. Make up a team, assemble this team, and probably you can get to these people. The outcome of this may help you to tackle this problem once and for all.
All right, Mr.
But the situation where you are taking it as a northern affair or a regional issue,
it will escalate. It will escalate.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
It will escalate. That's true.
That's exactly what is happening. 091.
We have to look at Nigerian issue nationally.
Yes.
Yeah, not fragmentarily. Yes.
09138579001 is the number to call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Usman Apoya. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. MD Awal.
Tambarin Kabara, you are highly welcome, my mentor.
Thank you very much.
We always appreciate you, honestly, for mentoring us, we upcoming youth.
Thank you very much.
Tambarin Kabara, a lot is happening in this country and it's very, very unfortunate. The Boko Haram and the bandits, they are not having air component. And Nigerian government is having air component and fighter jets, and yet we cannot overcome this crisis.
That's true. That's true. Sabotage.
Then you can see the total setback in the part of the government for them to close, for them to have been taking that wrong decision in closing the entire school in the state is the wrong decision. They could have utilized or copy from Kwara State governor that closed about almost 5 local governments. Decided to close their school. In fact, just 5 local governments that have a problem of insecurity. The Niger State government could have copied from them. But for the Niger State government to take that decision to close the entire school in Niger State is very, very wrong. You can see KB have done so. Likewise, Plateau. What kind of bad signal are they sending to, you understand, to upcoming generation? And these bandits and Boko Haram, they will be having their field day now that, okay, the government has been closing, they are on top of the situation.
Yeah. They have succeeded.
So the government having air component, why can't they utilize those air components to fight those, you understand, Boko Haram and bandits? What are we saying? If we cannot be, this government has spent more than 2.5 years, we cannot overcome the security challenge. Must they spend 4 years before we overcome the security challenge that we are facing in this country?
Thank you, MDL, for your contribution.
May Allah continue to rescue us.
Amen.
Let's take it to the Facebook. We have some messages here. We have this one coming from Umar Danladi. He say, "Which way Nigeria? I am so ashamed." Yes.
Can you imagine?
Ahmad Idris Abbas, he said, closure of a school in northern Nigeria. Has Boko Haram finally won? For more than a decade, northern Nigeria has stood on the front line of insecurity, watching our villages burned, our market empty, and our people lived in constant fear. But nothing has shaken up as deeply as the forceful closure of schools across our region. And today, with painful honesty, we must ask. Yes, he has a very lengthy message here. I can't read because it's very, very lengthy. Well, the question, I can go to your own. We have this one coming from Ozigi Ismail. He said, closing schools is not the solution. Let's government from all levels work up from their slumber. Umar Abdul said, good morning, Apaya, and our able guest in the studio. Thank you for always educating us on daily basis. May Allah bless you all. I mean, thank you. Comrade Isya Kugaba said, good morning, all Baba and Apaya. With the guests, wish you success and may Allah help us in all our activities. Amen. Ideuna said, good morning, all in the studio. Close of our school is not the best for now. Throwing back, we are coffee in Niger States doesn't, okay. We have coffee in Niger State, doesn't change anything. My country full of drama. Please, our people are dying. Please do the right thing. Thank you. Abubakar Kijipta Meyadi said, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, daga Mina. I wish may Allah Almighty bring us peace and continuity in this country. Allah ya kawo mana karshen kidnappers, kidnapping the so-and-so. It's a very little one. Okay, Hazif Kushaiki said, good morning all, Baba and Apaya. With the guests, okay, I think I've read this one before. Well, we want to thank you. Let's see. Well, sir, we don't have much time. Our time is already fast spent. So what's your general message you're passing words on this platform?
Well, the general message is that for this insecurity to be handled, we need, like I said, intelligence gathering. Because these bandits are not spirits, they are human beings. And people see them. As they move, people see them and people communicate. So like the other gentleman talk about airspace, he is right. With technology from here, you can view what is happening in the forest. One governor, I think governor of Zamfara State, one day I listened to him. He was even crying. He said from his room he has a device where to see these people and how to operate. But the issue is his hands are tied.
Even yesterday, I think he was saying that they knew where they are, their houses,
exactly.
They live with them, they knew them.
Yes. Do you know that the governor of Niger State, for example, cannot direct the commander to do anything? Even when he directs the commissioner of police, he will seek for clearance before he does it. So you see, governors, their hands are also tied. So all they need to do is to use the people of the state to protect ourselves by way of information gathering. You give information to where it is required. That's one. Two, there's a big problem in Nigeria. When you peg a square, a round peg in a square hole, it doesn't work. You see, Mr. President is very intelligent, he's very wise, since there is insecurity in the north. So the Minister of Defense
from the north, both ministers, National Security Advisor from the north.
So go and handle yourself. And the irony here is both ministers of defense, none of them has been even a policeman. What do you call this local vigilante? Call vigilante, Now, for God's sake, how do we expect them to handle this situation? And it is good when I was a commissioner of education, because I have been trained as a teacher all my life. So whenever a principal come before me, I know what to tell him. I will tell him, let you know that I know the job. But a situation where the minister calls on service chiefs, understand, and he's bringing words or politicizing or campaign, so that's not their training. So it is good when you are given a responsibility, you give it to somebody who knows the know-how of what you are giving him. So in other words, I'm calling on Mr. President. I'm also calling on the governor on the issue of security. They should call a spade a spade. Where there is insecurity, the governor should not say there is no insecurity. Where there is no hunger, the governor shouldn't say there is hunger. And when we are hungry, he should tell the world we are hungry. He has not failed. He is not the one that brought the hunger. It's a system. So I am drawing the attention of the governor. I saw a clip where Mr. Governor was saying one time, cewa babu insecurity a jihar Niger. Ya kuma ce babu yunwa a jihar Niger. Ya ma a ranar yake maganin cewa minimum wage 80,000. Wasu suka ce 70, wani ma suka ce 70 bai shigo hannu ba. So Mr. Governor, I think he need to sit up, get people to support him, get people to assist him, and let him remember he is a Nigerite like every other Nigerite, but Allah has endowed him as our leader, and we shall rally around, pray, guide, and advise him on how to succeed. So help us God.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Well, listener, that has been the voice of Dr. Danladi Umar Abdulhamid Tamborin Kagaga, special advisor to Kano Governor on diaspora. Well, actually, we've been having this very insightful discussion on insecurity in Nigeria and, of course, Niger State here, which has led to closure of many schools across some part of the country and Niger State, to be precise. Well, we want to appreciate you for always appreciate you for always staying right here with us on this platform. Until tomorrow, we shall be here with another very interesting discussion. From all of us here, I am Usman Apaya. Thank you for listening. God bless you and goodbye for now.